What was Bill Watson Eddie's relationship at the time? Because obviously Bill would go in a few years to I think he bought Tri-State and then changed it to Mid South, I think.
Yeah. Gee, Bill. I don't know what Bill. Through the South, out of Oklahoma, probably from Leroy McGurk's territory. I guess he was booking for Leroy, and that's how he got back in and stole Oklahoma. But he uh, he was I guess he was prominent around the South there. I wasn't really familiar. He everywhere he'd been, Minnesota, Minneapolis, AWA, on the West Coast with the Shires, or down in L.A. or in New York with Bruno. Everywhere he'd been, he'd drawn big money because he was a big, impressive guy at that time. The 6'6", 300 pound, good moving guys, well talking, good look, good moving. They were a novel like Don Leo, and there's only a couple. There weren't a lot of them around.
Did uh, what did you know of Bill Watts, I suppose, then, before you wrestled him? Because I know you wrestled him in Florida. I don't know where else, but he was main eventing with Bruno in the Garden, like a few years into his run. So he obviously got the business really quickly. Did you look forward to wrestling him, or is my imagination leading me to believe that he was quite a chore to wrestle every time, quite hard to deal out the punches and everything?
No, no, he was good in the ring. He would screw up, and he got one time did a finish. Did it still? He was sidestepping me and pushing me in the. I was supposed to take a turnbuckle, and he pushed me from behind, and I must have moved the ring about 3 feet. I hit that turnbuckle so hard from him pushing me. This is a great sight. Came back to the room. He says, "Oh, you took a beautiful bump." He gave me all the credit. I just drove that ring all by myself. It wasn't his. But he was easy. He was more of a wrestling style anyway. And then he chopped meat for a little while, but he didn't really have to. And it was easy to sell him because he was so big and so credible.
Was he a bully basically? Because you're a very big man. And you look like a tough guy, and you are a tough guy. He'll have all the respect in the world for you. But if it was someone like, let's say, me going into the territory, would I be a target for Bill?
I heard he was in Florida. I don't think when he was booking Florida, he didn't give me that impression. And then when he took over in Oklahoma, Louisiana, and stuff, I heard that he'd become a real tyrant. But like I said, it's just hearsay. I guess more than hearsay. Other guys have a lot of hearsay to go
Yeah.
down. But my relationship with them never waned or anything. I always had great respect for him.
And
Got along well with him.
I'm going to tell you what the final question is. Why did you never go to Mid South?
I did never. Oh, that boy, that was buried me deep in the heart of the United States, and I'd had my experience in Minneapolis, and that's where you made that. That's Vern was giving away money there. They were. That's a. So going someplace like that to where I'd have to work for a living, where there was no, where there is no ocean in sight, either to the east or to the west, or the north or the south. I just it never really occurred to me. It just it was either wrestling business. When I broke in, it wasn't your goals and or my impressions of wrestling wasn't like what they have it today with the Facebook and internet and the hundreds of independent wrestling promotions and groups and all the stuff they have going down now. It was more of it was more kind of like a pursuit. You know what you're getting into. You weren't entering the MMA, but it was a show and it was a performance, and you wanted to make money, of course, because you heard the guys, but you didn't know about The Rock and Cena and Stone Cold and these guys, 30, 40, $50 million portfolios and stuff like that. Yeah, no anticipation of hitting something like that. Go in those directions. You know, it was, I don't know, I can't describe it, but it was a different attitude, a different outlook, you know, up until, gee, maybe 30 years ago, or, you know, when Vince started, you know, over 30, yeah, over 30. WrestleMania, when then Charlotte was booming and Florida started booming, and New York was going crazy, and all the territories were doing, you know, fabulous business. Then you know, the people had high hopes,
Hmm. Are you
aspirations.
are you saying that you didn't fancy the surfing in Louisiana?
No, down the Mississippi, catch a big fat muddy one.
Yeah, you can surf straight into a riverboat casino at least. That'll be the
Yeah, that would be it. The dance hall girl.